Hi Ellen, my name is Rick Byers and this is my wife Linda Byers. And we're talking to you today because we found ourselves in a situation where we have a family member who became extremely ill. And my brother is 49 years old and has severe dementia. We didn't understand what that meant. Nobody told us what that meant. We were just trying to find the best way to take care of him. But we began to realize that it was trying to take care of him we did not know how to do it.
In the beginning, we didn't know it was dementia. You might know somebody, Ellen, that is a little different or just gradually is becoming a different person. Might be somebody you know, and you don't know it's dementia. It took a long time for us to get that diagnosis and to understand why Chris was changing.
You know, one of the reasons why we're doing this tape is we want to ask for help. Reach out to see if you can help get the word out.
We need some media help to get the word out that more caregivers need to be trained in these areas so that there are more facilities who can take people like Chris, because there just isn't anybody who understands how to care for these types of patients.
We turned to the professional community and we started looking at different assisted living types of arrangements, talking to people who said that they could take care of people with the challenges and the behavior, the dementia that my brother had. We probably had Chris in 3-4 different assisted living situations, and each time the staff there said, yes, we have the expertise. We deal with people with memory problems. We deal with people with Alzheimer's and dementia. We can deal with Chris. We come in to find out how they wanted to deal with Chris was they wanted to change his behavior.
They wanted to or super medicate him so there was no behavior at all.
Every situation didn't last more than a week.
Every time they'd meet him, they'd know him, they'd see how he acted. Oh yeah, we can do this, we've done this before, we can do this. Every time, within even a day, they'd be calling saying, oh no, you gotta come get him.
The very last situation, it was literally less than 24 hours. And there was a single person in that facility that knew Laura, this woman named Laura Wayman, who she said that she's the dementia whisperer. If anybody can help your brother, she can. I talked to her on the phone, and so I talked to my brother. I think I can help him, and I was skeptical.
Of course, we've been through this before. Everybody can help you.
We've been through it.
But when she said,
over 9 months.
When she said he has dementia, just like the older people you see with dementia, it's his frontal lobe. This is what it is, and I had even been a little afraid of Chris. His behavior kind of scared me sometimes, and when she said it's dementia and he's not doing these things on purpose the frontal lobe of his brain doesn't function the same way. I was so relieved because I wasn't scared of him anymore, and I understood that he wasn't doing this on purpose. That's the way his brain functions now.
And so we talked with Laura for emotional
a couple of hours.
She explained that Chris doesn't process, people with dementia, and Chris in particular, they can't process information the same way. They can't be made to change. Their behaviors aren't going to change. So you have to change their environment. And Laura, over time, within a week of dealing with the staff and showing everyone.
Training the staff to not give him too much information overload, to speak in very simple sentences or with as short of sentences as possible.
Right.
The staff changed their behavior and their expectations of what he could do and couldn't do, and it was like night and day. And even seeing Chris, when we see him now, he's happy, he has a smile on his face. What do people do when they have someone who needs this level of care and you've tried every place within 100 miles of where you live, and everyone says no, we can't. They say yes, but ultimately they say no, we can't.
The one facility that we went to where the reason that they wanted him to take a shower, and they said we can't afford to have 4 staff people spend 45 minutes to help him take a shower, so he can't stay here. And that was it. I mean, so what do you mean? For one thing,
isn't that what your job is? Thank God we found Laura, our dementia whisperer, to help us find a place and train the people there how to care for him. Having been in the industry, she could help so many caregivers learn how to understand these behaviors, not be afraid of them, even like I was, who'd been in that business. How to not be afraid of them, how to make their lives so much calmer and nicer and a better quality of life for them, for all of those patients out there who do have dementia. It's so needed, and she's so good at it. We watch her with the staff and the way they interact, and how insightful she is about the disease and how it manifests itself differently in different people, and then somehow magically she just knows what they need, and she tells the caregivers how to act for that particular behavior, and everything gets better. It might start with Chris, but then his caregivers need to learn, and the family needs to learn, and everyone in the whole realm of his existence, a little ripple effect of, they all need to be trained. Everybody who's affected and who knows this man, who wants to have any part of his life, could benefit from knowing what Laura teaches you about how to care for him, how to be an enhancement in his life instead of a detriment. Laura is such a compassionate and passionate teacher and person. She's so good at making you understand. When we finally found Laura and we found a place for him, he can't afford it. He's going to be out of money in a month. And then what are we going to do? When the people, we've already tried everything else, and he's on a fixed income. And all those places can't help him. So what do we do in a month when we can't afford Laura anymore, and her services and her staff? More places need to have her train their staff so they understand, so that almost any place we go to, it would be okay for him, because he's not the only one. There've got to be lots and lots of other people with this type of severe dementia. And not only Chris, who's young, but even some of the older patients need financial help because it's so expensive. Dementia care is privately funded, and it's a lot of work. It's 24-hour care, and it takes special kinds of people to do it, and specially trained people to do it, and there are very, very few and far between. And if Laura could somehow get her training to more and more of these people, that would help so much, because she had trained those caregivers where Chris was, within a week you could see the difference in him. It doesn't take years and years of training to do this. I don't know how she does it, only she knows how she does it, but what a world of difference.